Yes, we are live. We are live. Hello, hello, Aliza.
Hey,
Thank
Natalie.
you. Thank you for being with us. Today is the first interview of this special series of the Jewish Women Entrepreneurs podcast that we are dedicating to support Israel. We call this Support Israel series. We are all still in shock, I have to say, after what happened only 10 days ago. And we needed time to understand what was happening. I'm not sure that we are understanding, or we're just more in mourning. I think the whole country is in mourning. But in the middle of all of everything happening, there are some beautiful initiatives that we see all over Israel. And the purpose of this special series is really to show those initiatives. And we get so many requests from people from all over the world who want to support Israel, who wants to help. And when I heard of Aliza's initiative, I right away said we have to make this known to more people. So we're going to talk about Aliza. We're going to talk about her initiative. We're going to talk about specifically. Obviously, I want to give the context here. Obviously, a lot of people are suffering right now. A lot of people have lost people. A lot of people don't even know where the loved ones are, and a lot of people have their son or daughter in the army. And this podcast is not going to talk about all this. I think everyone needs to know where they can help and how they can support. We have decided to support entrepreneurs, and specifically the entrepreneurs that are in Israel. That's who we want to support, and we know that it's already difficult to be an entrepreneur in Israel. But I think in times of war, it's even more difficult. And so I'm going to introduce to you Aliza, and then we're going to talk about this really, really amazing initiative that Aliza has started. So Aliza is a system specialist, but before that, she is a mother of 5 children. She lives in Israel in Shiloh. It's a small village in the center of Israel, and she is originally from France, and she made Aliyah 11 years ago. And as soon as the war broke, Aliza saw how many entrepreneurs were seeing their business stop from one day to the next. And she also saw so many people, like we said, who wanted to help. And so she decided to put together the two and to create that list of entrepreneurs from Israel in order for people that want to help that could order or take their services or their products. And so that's what we're going to talk about. So Aliza, before we start with anything, I want to ask you, how are you right now? Just before we went live, we said if there is a siren, we'll have to go, to stop the live, of course. But how are you? Are you safe? Is everyone around you safe? Just tell us if everything is okay around you in this time of war.
Yes, yes, thank God. I think we've been very blessed. I've been very blessed here. I have my family here. In Shiloh, we because of the where we are geographically, we don't have so many missiles attacked. Actually, we didn't have anyone. Our risk is infiltration, and that's a very high risk. But it's a different type of fear. But thank God, we're good.
You're protected. You have people protecting the village, and of course we can never be sure of anything after what happened, but we hope that everything will be okay, of course. And I want you to take us back to that time where you saw what you saw and you decided to put together this list. Like, how did it happen? When did you decide to do that? What was the trigger? How did you come up with this idea?
Well, I came up actually with the idea very, very fast because even within the first few days after the war broke up, very small businesses, the most vulnerable one, the one that who don't have a very high revenue anyway, saw their business stop. They even either close completely the business or there were suddenly, proposals who are not coming anymore, or clients who just, stop working with them from one day to the other. And I started seeing some of these posts of these women, and a lot of single moms, wives with the husband in the reserves, who don't know how much they're going to get paid, who, who got very concerned. They were both very guilty of worrying about money, and also very concerned about their livelihood, because I also had mothers with kids called up for the reserves, who bought gears, and it's expensive gear, and they need the funds for that, and sometimes they don't have the place to act. So really, I saw this need here of the people who need to make sure their livelihood is going to continue. And then I started seeing the other side. Like, people are asking, how can I help Israel? Is there any way, we can direct business here? So, doing what I do, I was like, I'm going to do that, because, putting up a system to really match to different lists is part of my skill set. So I took upon myself to do that. And it started as a very, very simple list. And when we met last week on Wednesday, it was still a simple list. And since it evolved into a full website with 100 plus businesses registered, we have traffic all day long. A lot of the traffic is coming from the US. So people are really reaching out. So we've seen that, but we still need help to spread the word. And we also have small businesses who are very vulnerable and need to get business now.
Yeah, it's very important to say that we've seen. I mean, I see, and I'm sure everyone else who is on the WhatsApp groups, and we see so much help, so many people that want to donate money, that want to help the soldiers in the army, that want to, buy. I mean, we see so many people are volunteering to prepare food for soldiers in the army. We heard that in some places soldiers have everything they need, and some places they don't. Of course, they had to recruit 360,000 reservists. So it's all this movement of help that we feel, and of course we're so grateful to feel that. And at the same time, I think it's important what you spoke about, which is the guilt, right? Because those women, and I'm talking about women because, just like you said, their husbands have been called back to the army, and so they're like, okay, I'm alive. I don't have the war, the biggest problem of the war, but still the livelihood is a very important problem. It's a very, very important issue. And I myself have seen also posts on Facebook where maybe more in the beginning, people did not even were afraid to say that they were worried about their livelihood, because of course people had bigger problems. Other people had problems of death and sickness and hospitals, and we should know about that. But yes, we have those problems, but those women also need to finish the month and be able to pay their bills. And so tell us a little bit about how this works. So on the one hand, we have a list of small business owners that are registering with their services, the product that they sell. And anyone, by the way, who is listening to us and is an Israeli small business owner, you can reach out to Aliza, to myself, or even post on wherever you see this live or the recorded podcast, and then you can any small business owner can register themselves on that list. That's one list, right?
Yes.
Is that
So,
how it works?
I made just two criteria to make sure that we stay, we stay in the niche of
Right.
where we can help. Is it has to be an Israeli business
Right.
based in Israel,
Right.
and it has to be a small one. So I put a criteria at less than 10 employees. I don't
Right.
even have that. Maybe 90% of the list is really solopreneur.
Right.
Yes.
And
Otherwise, everyone
otherwise,
can.
any small business that is located in Israel. And so on the one hand of the website, you have that list. And on the other hand, you have the people that want to help. the people that want to support. And so tell us, so that everyone that listens to this podcast can hear, how could they help? How could they support once they get into the website? What can they do?
So the website is a directory. So what they can do is browse based on what they need. We are not asking tzedakah for these businesses. We're
Charity.
asking
Right. We're not
business,
asking charity, right?
right? We're really asking to give business based
Mm-hmm.
on what they need. So if someone needs a copywriter, they can go on the website and search for writing and reach out directly to the businesses. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, this is how it works. It's you have a need, go and check if someone in Israel can feel the need you have and
Right.
buy from them.
So basically, we're saying you don't need to give money. You don't need to donate money. You don't need to give charity. You don't need to make a donation. If you have a need in your business, or whatever, whatever need you have, instead of hiring someone else that you would probably hire in regular times, if you want to support Israeli small business owners, go into that website first. And of course, we'll put the link of the website everywhere so people could see the list. But go into that website and see if someone from that list, from those small business owners in Israel, if they can fulfill that need for you, and you will pay and get a service, right? It's very important to say that you will pay, get a service, just like any other copywriter, any other maybe website designer, or any other service that you would get in regular times. Maybe you would choose from a broader, list of people that you're used to work with. But here, by choosing someone from this list, you're basically supporting small business in Israel, and by that, you're also supporting the what is happening here. That is also a way to support, right? I think it's very, very important to say that. Can you give us? You said that you saw right away women calling you and saying, or you saw posts. Can you tell us more? Give us examples of stories of those women. I'm just saying women because I think that's the most of your list. But can you give us examples of businesses that are on your list that are really in need for help right now?
Yes. So I really have two types of very urgent, parnassa need, people who need to make money. We have some of the services, and for that right now, I don't really have an answer, who have been closed. These are physical store in Israel who don't have an online presence. These people have their business shut down. And we're going to have to find a solution for these people also, and a solution very fast. And the other type of people we have are people who actually have services that are online already or can be done online. And one example I have, and I'm just looking at my other screen just to give you, right, is Talia Blattman. She's a freelance content writer, and her husband has been called up. She has small kids. And for people who don't know, we still don't have school here for everyone. So it's very, very complicated. All her gigs, everyone just stopped. Everything she was thinking she would get just got canceled. And what I've been saying is that the only thing that didn't stop with the war are the missiles and the bills. And we need people to give business here. And Talia is an example. She reached out. She posted on social media. She's looking for people to give her work. I've seen answers of people also referring her, having worked with her, and also I have a
Yeah,
lot of.
yeah. I think it's important to also, you know, I don't know if someone hasn't been in a war situation if they can relate. I know that this is, I think, my first real war, I would say. And I think it's difficult to even imagine all the consequences and all the impacts. But if Talia, for example, had all her clients that were Israelis before, even if they were Anglos, living in Israel, but if all her clients were Israelis before, then from one day to the next, all her clients are going to be afraid, pay or to invest, or to, they're just going to stop everything, whether, whether they are directly impacted by the war or not. They're just going to say, okay, this is an insecurity situation, I don't know what's going on, I'm not safe, I'm not going to invest in my business right now, I'm not going to pay people, I'm going to make sure I keep my money. And I think there is also something that needs to be said here, is that we don't know how long this is going to take. We have
Yes.
no idea. This is, I mean, I cannot say, and I think no one knows, but we know it's not going to be a few days. Some people speak about a few months. So we know that this is going to be a long period of time. And so if Talia had all of her clients that were Israelis stop paying her, which we understand because they're afraid, for their livelihood and their, situation. And if Talia did not have clients abroad, then her livelihood is all of a sudden stopping. And she's a great example because she can do that online. She can have clients all over the world. She can speak with people that are not in Israel, that are not impacted by the war. And so, how would that work if, let's say, someone listens to us and says, you know what, I have a copywriting need, and I would like to contact Talia. So what do? They go into the website and what do they do?
They go into the website, either they already know someone and they can search. There's a very powerful search engine on the website. So you can look by business name for security reason, because people on the website are putting their names out there, and we know we are going to be targeted for being Israelis. So for security reason, I remove the names and phone numbers, but we have the business name. So if someone knows the business name, they can look for that. Or if they know they need a copywriter, they can look by the category of the
Mm,
service they want.
okay. So if they know what the name of the business, they can search by business. And then do they have an email, or what do they have to reach out to the person?
So it's a contact card. You have the email, the LinkedIn profile, the Facebook profile, Instagram for anyone who has that. And we have a button that directly redirects to the website of the person. And so from there, they can also follow whatever, traditional process this business has to bring on clients.
Okay, very good. So if someone abroad is, watching this or listening to this for the recording, and you have a need for your business, and you go into the website and you look, either you already know what need you have, like we said, copywriting or website designers, and you know what need you have, and you look for a small business, an Israeli small business owner that can provide that service, and then buy, again, I'm just saying it again, by buying from this provider. Again, you're not giving any money, you're not donating, this is not charity, but by actually buying a service, you will get the service and help at the same time this business owner. And so you go into the website, you just look for the service, and if you don't have a specific need but you still want to help, you can also go into the website and look for someone that that can help you. Can you tell us how many entrepreneurs do you have right now, small businesses, and what type of business? You said that you had uh, physical brick and mortars businesses and you had services, but can you give us examples beyond copywriting and web designer, just examples of businesses that you have?
So we have a very wide range. We also have gifts. People who are in Israel going gifts. So that could be also people abroad who want to give someone in Israel something, can go look for a gift to be delivered in Israel to a family they know or to a member of their community they know. So that's also an option. We have a few of them on the website. And we also have some of these stores that can't really operate. But we have, we have a lot of registration. We have 120 businesses right now listed. It's every single hour it's going up, and a lot of also advertising, health and wellness, people who are in therapists, personal trainers who can do Zooms. We have also education, people who are giving workshops, I'm looking at the same team as I'm telling you, right? We have also fashion people, people who are doing selling clothes that can be done also online. Sometimes they have online stores, food, technology. We do have a few people in my category. So it is wide, and it's really growing by the hour. So anyone who has, I would say, some of the more regular needs for a business, or who wants to give a gift to someone here in Israel, it's a good place to go. It's definitely a good place to go.
Yeah, of course. Well, I really, really hope that a lot of people that are going to listen to this, or that are listening to this episode of the podcast, will go and check out the website. Of course, we will put the link everywhere of the website so that you can go check it out. I think it's important also to ask to anyone who is listening to also share this with as many people as you can, because we want to have more visibility. This is an amazing tool that is really done by Aliza, really totally a gift that she's doing. I know that it's taking a lot of your time and a lot of your efforts, and I think everyone is trying to do what they can to help and to support. So first of all, thank you, Aliza. I think it's amazing what you're doing. I think that that it's very, very important, and especially if we are staying in this, war situation for a long time, then this is what's going to be one of the biggest problem. I mean, we can't even know, we don't even know how many big problems we have, but one of the biggest problem is going to be also people being able to pay their bills, and being able to sustain themselves and their families while the men are fighting this war. And so I think that this is a very, very important initiative. And so we are totally on board as the global network of Jewish women entrepreneurs. We're totally on board helping you get as much visibility. Last week we had a special support meetup where we also talked about that. And we have another one tomorrow, and we'll keep on sharing this list so that people can either register if they are Israeli and small business owners, or people can help. And I think that this is an amazing initiative. So thank you so much, Aliza.
Thank you for having me, Natalie.
And we will continue with this special series, Support Israel series, where we will have a few interviews a week to speak to people either that have initiatives to support Israel at this time, this very, very difficult time, or even women entrepreneurs that are going through their own journey through this war. So we'll have other interviews to try to help as much as we can, and we just hope that yeah, we hope that this is not this is going to end soon, and that everyone is going to come home safely. Thank you, Aliza. Thank you, everyone, and stay safe, be safe, and we will see you in the next episode.